Hi guys, today I'm going to teach you how to make arroz con pollo, Puerto Rican style. This is just one of the ways that I make it. I change it up a bit. Today I added peas to it. I don't always do that, but for the most part the technique is the same, just what I throw in it is different. This is a really yummy recipe. It feeds a lot of people. It's easy to make, and it's fairly inexpensive. It makes a really good meal, and people will be impressed. So give this video a thumbs up if you are going to try it. First thing I did is I took a large chicken breast and I cut it up into pretty big sized chunks. It doesn't have to be small. You're going to end up shredding it, and the only reason I cut it is because I want it to cook faster. So I cut it into these kind of slices or chunks, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to put a little bit of water in a pot, just enough so that it covers the chicken breast when you put it in there. And you're going to boil this. Okay, you want to add some chicken bouillon. I don't measure anything, I just throw stuff in there. These are little mini cubes. You can get these at Walmart. And I have garlic, onion, and cilantro. I'm going to use one of each of these cubes and some bouillon. I'm going to throw that in there and just let all of that boil until the chicken cooks. Here's a little trick for you. Anytime I have like a bag, I try not to use the plastic bags at the grocery store, but you always end up getting some. So I just save them, and then every time I'm cooking, I put a bag on the counter, and then I just throw all my trash in there as I go along. Like if I use a can of tomato sauce or whatever, I just put all my trash in this bag, and then I just throw it away, and it's an easy cleanup. Okay, chicken is almost done boiling. It's almost cooked. Give it a little more. It's got to be tender, and it's ready when you can just pull it apart, like it's shreddable. Alright, so the next thing you're going to need is a pot to cook your rice in. I don't think there's a Spanish household out there that doesn't have one of these, but it doesn't mean you have to have one of these. This is just like a rice pot. You could use a non-stick pot. You could use whatever you use to make rice. So what you're going to need to pull that out and go grab your olive oil. Forgot to film. Basically, you just take some olive oil and you pour it into the bottom. I didn't measure, I just poured a little like circle like that. And then put it on 4, or somewhere in the medium range, and just let that oil heat up. Next thing you want to do is get like 3 little cloves of garlic. This is a pilon. You don't need to use this. This is just what I use. You can use one of those little fancy mincer thingies, or just cut it up. Basically, you can do whatever you want, but this is just how I do mine. Basically, just smash it till it's minced. Go throw the garlic into your olive oil and let it saute a little bit. I ended up turning this down on low. I'm going to put it like on 2 now. It was getting a little too hot. Next, throw in some sliced red pepper. You can use fresh or roasted. It's really entirely up to you. And just saute that a little bit. The next thing you need to add is some sofrito, and that's what this green stuff is. I just put 2 heaping spoonfuls of it in there. It's our main condiment. We use it for almost every dish in Puerto Rico. So I will put a link in the description below to how to make that. But if you want to make a quick and easy one, it's basically just green peppers, onions, garlic, and cilantro, all blended together. There's more to it than just that, but the 4 fundamentals are those, and all blended together. And you can store it in the fridge for up to a week, or you can store it in the freezer in an ice cube tray and use like 2 ice cube sofrito chunks for every dish. It's up to you. Okay, I'm just gonna keep this on low and cover it and just let that cook a little bit. Not for long, just maybe a minute or 2. And in the meantime, I'm going to come over here and shred this chicken. You want to save the water. This is a really weird angle. I'm trying to show you how I shred the chicken. I just pull out the chunks, and then I stick a fork on one side, and with another fork I just start pulling it apart. I don't know if you can even see it because I can't hold it right. So anyway, I just take 2 forks and shred it apart. This has been simmering now for a couple minutes, and it's perfect. I'm going to take my shredded chicken and add it to that. And I didn't shred it really small. I just in small chunks, So you want to stir that around really good and just let that kind of blend together. Next, you're going to add a can of tomato sauce, 1 packet of Sazon, and it comes in this, like this. It's con culantro y achote. That's the one that I use. So 1 packet of that, some salt, a couple bay leaves, a dash, just 1 of the cumin, and like 2 sprinkles of oregano. And you're going to put all of this in with the chicken, and it goes kind of fast, so that's why I'm just showing you right now, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's all in there. Okay, so I've got it all in there. I've got the tomato sauce, there's the salt, there's the oregano, the cumin, the bay leaves. Oh, I forgot the powder of Sazon. Might as well just do it with you on the... Oh, 1 packet of Sazon. And that gives it color. Okay, so stir it all together. It's hard to do with one hand because I usually hold the pot with the other instead of the phone. And I'm going to turn up from simmer. I had it on simmer, so I'm going to put it back on 2 so that it just kind of cooks together and gets all the flavors mixed in well. Okay, it's been cooking now for like 4 minutes, and next thing I'm going to do is add my rice. Now here's the problem. I don't ever measure. I just throw in there. I'm making enough for like 4 people, so however much rice you usually make for 4 people. You want to stir the rice in with the mixture really, really well. And I need to put the phone down for a second. Once you got it in there really well combined, then you want to add the water from the chicken that you boiled earlier. And you want to make sure that you have enough water. So obviously stir it really well. And I'm going to show you a trick. Okay, so I've got it all stirred pretty well, and here's the trick. If you put a spoon in there, it stands up. Well, obviously it's making me look bad. There you go. It stands straight up. You know it has enough water and rice, water to rice ratio. If it falls, see how it's standing straight up, no matter where I put it? That's how I know I have enough water to rice ratio. If it falls forward, I think it's too much rice, and backwards it's too much water. So the key is to get it to stand up straight. Okay, so you want it to have a slow boil like that, and I'm going to cover it not all the way, just so that the steam can release for now, because I want to make sure that it's not too wet in here, that it doesn't have a lot of water. So once it dries up completely, we're going to stir it once and cover it. But I'll show you in about, I would say like 5 more minutes what it looks like. Alright, so it's all dried up, and basically what I did is I just kind of picked it up from the bottom and piled it in the center. And that's what you want to do whenever you move the rice. You want to move it from the bottom and then pile it up in the center. You don't need to move it too much. You don't want it to get all mushy. So you just make sure that it's all in a pile and cover it. Now you don't want to uncover this at all for the next 20 minutes. Put it on really low, like between simmer and 2. And just leave it covered. That's the most important thing. Do not uncover it for at least 20 minutes. I just want to show you that cleanup is really a breeze. I have 1 pot that I need to wash where I boiled the chicken. My bilong needs to be washed. I've got 3 spoons and a plate. And then this is all my garbage that I've accumulated, and I just need to just throw that out. That's it. It's been about 20 minutes, and it is beautiful. It smells wonderful. It's not sticking together. It's perfect. So now what I want to do is add about a cup of peas to it. I just use frozen peas, so I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, just threw in some frozen peas, and all I'm going to do is stir it through it. And then I'm going to cover it and let it cook for another 5 more minutes or so. And there you have it. It's all done. Arroz con pollo. This is Puerto Rican style. And I will have details in the description of basically instructions on how to do it. I'll try to throw in some measurements, even though I never measure anything. And also the link to the Sofrito recipe. Hope you enjoy it. Bye.